All right, we are starting this section 4.4 practice, and this one can be a little bit tricky for some, so I thought I'd make a video for this homework. So an octahedron has 8 faces, shows you a picture of one in case you're not sure, labeled with the numbers 1 through 8, and it is rolled. Find the probability it will land on a prime number. So for a second, think about what is a prime number. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Notice that 2, oh sorry, I forgot 2. Notice that 4 and 6 are divisible by something, and 8 are divisible by something, so they are not prime numbers. So our prime numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. So the chances that I roll this are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 chances out of the total sides it could land on, 8. And whenever you give these answers, you're going to give me the fraction and the percent, please. So I take my calculator and I do 5 divided by 8, and it's a 0.625. And we take that and turn it into a percent by moving the decimal twice. So your answers are 5/8 and 62.5% chance of rolling a prime number. All right, an icosahedron maybe has 20 congruent triangular faces. They are labeled 1 through 20. When it's rolled, what is the probability it lands on a multiple of 3? So for the numbers of 1 through 20, there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, done. 1 is not, 2 is not, the numbers in between, etc., are not multiples of 3. So there are 20 possible sides, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 possibilities out of 20 is our fraction. We grab calculator and do 6 divided by 20, and that equals 0.3. So that's a 30% chance of it landing on a multiple of 3. Dodecahedron, 12 congruent pentagonal faces. They are labeled 1 through 12. And what's the probability it lands on a multiple of 2 and 3? So let's go 1 through 12. So for example, a multiple of 2 and 3 would be, well, let's just list out, some of you can already think of these, but I want you to see it slowly. So the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12. So now you're looking to see what is in common. This is a multiple of 2 and 3. This is a multiple of 2 and 3. There are 2 possibilities out of the 12 that could be rolled. So we're going to take 2 divided by 12, and we get 0.166. And then we're going to move the decimal twice, and that is 16.7% chance. So we give the fraction and the percent. Tetrahedron, 4 congruent triangular faces labeled 10, 20, 30, and 40. Let T represent the tetrahedron was rolled. Let S represent the event. So P of ST, that it lands on a multiple of 7. So 10 is not a multiple of 7. 20 is not a multiple of 7. 30 is not a multiple of 7. And 40 is also not a multiple of 7. And by the way, if you're not sure, you just grab a calculator and go 10 divided by 7. That doesn't work. 20 divided by 7. 30 divided by 7. And 40 divided by 7. So there are no chances that it could land on a multiple of 7. So we say 0 out of 4 chances, or 0%. The following table shows music preference found by a survey of the faculty of a local university. Express your answers in fraction form. Find the probability that a randomly selected person from the group likes country music. So here we have northern US who like country, southern US who like country, and this is the total people who like country out of the total people surveyed. So we're going to say 81 out of 312, and then we're going to get that percent. So 0.2596 means 20, you can round it to a whole number for me, 26% more or less. What is the probability that a randomly selected person in this group likes rock music and is from the North? So the first one, we were looking at total people that liked country, but this one wants rock music from the North. So we're going 88 out of the total group of 312. So now we grab calculator, 88 divided by 312, and we're going to approximate the 0.2820 to 28%. Find the probability that a randomly selected person from this group likes oldies, given that they're from the South. So we're going South. Oldies is 44 out of 312. .1410, we're going to approximate that to 14%. Find P of R in decimal form and round to two places. So P of R, that's the probability that someone likes rock music. So that's 138 people total out of the 312 that were surveyed, and they want the decimal form. And we're going to round to two decimal places, so 0.44. We could say that that's 44%, but they asked for it in decimal form. P of S is the probability that they are from the South. See how they give us these letters? So P of S is equal to, we go all the way across this time to the South, 164 of the total people surveyed were from the South out of the total survey. So 164 divided by 312, we're getting 0.525, and we're going to round that to 0.53. They said to round to two decimal places. Again, that would be about 53%, but they're asking for the decimal answer. All right, let's go look at the next ones. The following Venn diagram describes cars sold during the last summer at Penny's Autoland. The letter F represents four-wheel drive, S represents satellite radio, and R represents a remote start. How many people bought cars with four-wheel drive? So that F, that first letter, represents four-wheel drive. And so it's not just this 19 right here, it's the entire four-wheel drive circle. So it's this 19 plus the 8 plus the 7 plus the 5. So here we have 15 plus 5 is 20, 20. So 39 people bought cars with four-wheel drive. How many people bought cars with satellite radio and remote start? So we're looking at the intersection between the satellite radio and the remote start. So this little wedge of satellite and remote start has 7 plus 10. Do you see it there? How many people purchased cars with all three options? That's our center number 7. How many people purchased cars with exactly one of these options? So these 19 people got just four-wheel drive. These 20 people got just remote start. And these 16 people got the satellite radio. So 19 plus 16 is 35, 45, 55. how many people purchased cars at Penny's Autoland last summer? So all these people purchased cars with four-wheel drive, with satellite radio, with remote start. What are these little 21 out here? These 21 out here are people that purchased cars from Pennyland that didn't have any of these features. So these are still purchasers. Tricky, tricky. Okay, so let's add up all these people first. 19 plus 8 plus 16 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus 20 plus 21. I'm going to use my calculator for this one to be safe. 19 plus 8 plus 16 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus 20 plus 21. I think it's 106. I'm going to always double check my answer. 19 plus 8 plus 16 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus 20 plus 21. And I get 106. This is how many people total, if I add up everything, including these four who purchased cars at Penny's Autoland last summer. A buyer from this group is selected at random to receive lifetime free oil changes. What is the probability that they purchased remote start? So of the total people who purchased, what's the probability of remote start? So remote start is the R, it's the entire R circle. So 20 plus 10 plus 7 plus 5. So 30, 42. So we're going to say 42 out of 106 is 0.3962. So this rounds to about a 40% chance that they got remote start. One person from the group that bought four-wheel drive is going to be selected at random. Find P of F. Oops, sorry, everybody. This is a P right here. P of F. So one person that bought four-wheel drive is going to be selected at random. So we're talking about 19 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5. Again, this is 15. This is 20, 39. Oh, and we figured that out at the top. We could have just used that number. So 39 divided by 106 is 0.367. So I'm going to round that up to 37%. How'd you do?